This is Valvenor. It is not a beautiful place, but for the time being, it seems to be unknown to the Deadwalker army. This village has known better days. Before the war, it was popular among the rich hunters who came to enjoy the ample game in the swamps. Today, the only visitors are refugees, who are sadly too numerous for the scant resources of the village. A small healing house provides comfort and succor to the injured. The knight is quite fond of Mirana, the healer who runs the place. Does the mercenary see the building opposite? It was once an inn, but it is now the residence of the steward, the man now in charge of the village.
This is a very large inn, considering the size of the village. There must have been many visitors before the war.
With any luck, we might get to sleep in a real bed tonight. How come you talk that way? Always in the third person.
The way people speak is different from one place to another, but I am from another place. The knight's people are a warrior tribe from Algandar, and he is proud of them.
Where can I find the steward?
As the knight said, the steward is in the old inn, the big building in the middle of the village.
What does the steward want with me?
The captain has offered the services of the freeborn blades to the steward. The steward must have orders for the mercenary.
Shit. I'm gonna get stuck being this guy's errand girl. Fuck. I knew I should have come with the rest of the company. What can you tell me about this backwater town?
This village is a modest one, and its reserves are almost gone. Its only strength is its isolation in these swamps. That is also its greatest weakness.
I already figured it was some kind of shithole.
That the refugees and the villagers must live together is difficult, and the situation is worsened by there not being enough food. The swamp offers protection against the Deadwalkers, but it also harbors many dangers. Its creatures often attack the village. When the knight and the elf are not there to defend the walls, the watch often leave them unguarded. Shameless.
I'm going.
A good day to you, soldier. I do believe that today is your lucky day.
I should warn you. You try to rip me off, I'll rip pieces off of you.
No. I would never do that.
I wanted to ask you, have you ever met the steward?
He came to see the refugees several times, but I never spoke to him. I got the impression he couldn't stand us. He's the boss and we're the little people, see?
The life of a refugee can't be easy.
I've been a refugee for years. 5 to be exact. All these years on the road. And believe me, it's never easy. But this village is a pretty good place. The healing house gives us food most of the time, and we're safe. That's not bad.
How are things going with the guards?
Oh, we don't see them too much around here. They're basically here to guard the village. They don't give a shit about the refugees, so they keep their distance. I hope for the steward's sake that he's not counting too much on them to keep him safe. I've seen lots of soldiers on the road, but as useless as them, never.
Right. I'm leaving.
Greetings, mercenary.
I wanted to ask you. Right. I'm leaving.
Oh there, Powder Woman. You still didn't manage to blow yourself up?
Pretty quiet around here, huh?
Yeah, too quiet for my taste. Do you really imagine the Deadwalkers are going to forget about this place just because this swamp is dangerous?
No, but it'll slow them down, and maybe we'll see them coming.
Ha! You can bet your ass they're already here. There's something in the air that stinks, and I don't mean the locals either. I feel like the Ice Lords are watching us, right now.
I have a few questions for you. How are the blades holding up?
We left some blood on the stones in the temple, but most of the company got away all right. But if we don't get some new recruits soon, things are gonna get serious. The captain has sent some men ahead to Karaldas. I hope they manage to pick up a few recruits, and they're not too scabby.
Isn't there anybody in this village worth recruiting?
See for yourself. There isn't a single man amongst the guards or the refugees that knows which end of a sword you're supposed to hold. We'll just have to wait. And be careful.
So you made it out of the temple then?
I did. I suppose my time's not up yet. I guess that'll cause more gossip amongst the youngsters. The eternal survivor. My balls. There are some days when I wish it would be over.
Yeah, right. You're gonna outlive all of us. Do you think we can win against the Deadwalker army?
Against the Deadwalker army? No chance. Now, the Ice Lords, that's another question.
What do you mean?
Only that sometimes you have to try to chop off the head, you know? That bunch of walking corpses wouldn't be any trouble at all if there was no one to guide them.
I guess you're right. But I don't think that makes the task any easier.
There was a time way back, you know, when there were so many of us in the company, several hundred, that the captain decided to delegate. So he chose 2 lieutenants. Those 2 assholes fought over how to share out the men for weeks. They both wanted to take the best men for their group. And the result? We had our asses handed to us by an army that was hardly more numerous than we were. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the Deadwalkers are just the same. You've got 7 bosses, and each one of them wants to control everything.
So, if we could pit them against each other...
Now you're thinking straight. I don't know how we could do it, but I'm sure that it's possible.
See you later.
My goodness, let's see. You're not pissing blood, you're not vomiting your guts out. Both legs are in place and they seem to be holding you upright. Congratulations. It looks like you'll pull through. And now you'll excuse me, but I have other miracles to accomplish, and not much time to devote to people in your condition.
Take it easy there, Doc. I'm with the Freeborn Blades. I'm not one of your refugees.
You could be Blackstorm himself for all I care. Now get out of my way, I have things to do.
Yeah, who are you? One of them fucking mercenaries, right?
Fucking mercenary, yeah. Sounds about right.
You know what I call your lot? Ore blades. I got no time for ores.
We're all in the same boat. Mercenaries, refugees, useless guards. We're all fighting the Deadwalkers.
You mean until the Ice Lords make you a better offer, get lost, ore blade? Stupid wreck.
Here we go. Another one of these hick refugees. There's nothing for you here.
Open your eyes, Smithy. I'm one of the Freeborn Blades.
Of course. I'm guessing you have need of my precious services. Alas, nothing that would truly put my talent and virtuosity to the test, I'd imagine. Such is the sad lot of the true artiste in times of war. So, what can I do for you?
Show me what you have for sale.
Gold. So vulgar to work with. So wonderful to own. So, you have returned.
I need more info about Valvanor.
And you have decided that I have a sympathetic face. It's the story of my life. Talent worthy of a king's rank.
What can you tell me about the steward?
Oh, don't expect me to say anything bad about Bertolf Chambriad. I'm not always in agreement with him.
It's not very often you see an elf blending in with other cultures.
To my knowledge, I was the only one. That is, until Prince Aaron...
Not at all.
Well, it does for me. His Majesty the Prince of Imber...
Do you know the woman who runs the...
Oh, but of course. She's all one hears about. Everyone but me. The woman's insane.
And the Red Scribes?
No, certainly. A boring but...
Our game? Well, pray tell.
I don't pretend to know about all that, but I am fully aware that pretty speeches serve no better. The more the melody is sweet, the better.
When it comes to disgusting
Let's talk about something else. I'll be back.
That's an excellent idea.
Mercenary.
Can I do something for you?
No, thank you.
I need your help. Tell me more about your...
Before the war, our main objective in Creed was we had a presence everywhere on the continent. We studied and preserved all possible sources, because even though we're not the... I could, of course, relate our...
With all the knowledge of
We do indeed know some...
anything we could use?
We thought we'd found a chink in their powers that our ritual was supposed to let us exploit.
That's one way of putting it.
That said, I'm beginning to want...
I don't get you.
What you have within you. And unfortunately, as long...
I'll be going now.
It's frustrating. I feel...
Greetings, mercenary.
Can I have a look at your stuff? Relmar, you got a minute?
Yes?
I need your expertise. Will you come with me?
Of course I will. Lead the way.
Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I need your help. Come.
If you want.
The swamp is our best defense. Happily, the wildlife are just as keen on attacking the deadwalkers as they are the villagers. But the situation here in Valvanor grows worse daily. And each new wave of refugees increases the risk of drawing unwanted attention to this jungle.
No Ice Lord scouts who find this village will ever escape to tell the tale. Of that, I can assure you. Also, my men are reinforcing your defenses. Forgive me for saying, but you have some serious weak points. Especially the defenses around that refugee camp of yours.
The arrival of the Freeborn Blades and the Red Scribes has greatly... Needless to say, your men and the Red Scribes are welcome. You must understand. Until you arrived, we had but one person who was even vaguely... And there is this beast story. Doubtless enough. Something hidden in these swamps is causing these disappearances. Large groups entail moving chrysalids that are... If I were to listen to everyone, I would need 10 times the number.
Enough! You must aid me to do this. I am not able to do that. You're...
In the name of... Vulcan?
But by the god...
This world is condemned. The cold hath invaded its ground, its souls, and it miserably shuffling about to conserve the illusion of warmth and life, and not feel the passing.
Vulcan!
It is not she who speaks.
All doth fall to ruin about you, yet you cannot vanquish your dead walkers. No more than you can vanquish their necromancer masters. Your only chance to cleanse what your own hath corrupted is to go to the...
The world heart is a myth, a forgotten...
A myth? Continue hiding behind thy puny barricades, and thou wilt soon join thy myths and fairy tales.
Cease your pretense. I know you have returned.
What the hell happened? I was just listening to the...
And then you lost...
I don't know. It's like something in my head zapped me so it could use...
This is not the first time you have felt this...
No. It's been there since the town...
Interesting. And it is clearly...
No kidding. I've got a
something of the kind.
Don't make me laugh. After all...
That has nothing to do with it.
What? Just because I said...
Obviously, you haven't understood. There is not enough space inside you for two souls.
Ha! Thou thinkest I crave the body of a mortal?
It will not hesitate to lie to you, to tell you...
I never asked for this cage. I never...
It speaks to you. Do not...
Hey, take it easy, one at a time.
Miss Vulcan.
The captain wants me to help your village.
With our shortages of food and fighting men, sadly, I fear that these are not...
Maybe I'll surprise? Your sentries. How can I put this? If you're stupid and incompetent, you should...
You're beginning to worry me.
Are you kidding me? The state of their weapons is enough...
Personally, I'm not capable of judging. Doubtless, you should share your observations with them.
Wouldn't be the first I've... So what's the problem?
Quite simply, Mirana cannot keep. She thinks she's fooling me. I believe they wish to continue handing out our food reserve.
So,
Why, I never suggested any such thing. But I have asked...
I need the reports about...
I fear I am unable to be of help. I'm still not entirely... All I know is that several villages... These swamps are crawling with... The refugees are always inventing horrors.
It might be worth checking out. You said...
That is so. You should speak with Randval. Now that we have more able bodies to guard our gates, I imagine he would be...
I've got a few questions.
I imagine.
How come it's you?
What a question. You imagine the chief of the watch has and regardless of your reputation. So yes, it is indeed I who...
Well, hell. What can you tell me about...
Before the war, there were just a few families here. These days, they survive as... These woods...
But you've got your guard.
They hardly qualify. Most of the real fighters left the village as soon as war broke. Sadly, the men...
Who were all those
The war with the Ice Lord. I have tried... We are reaching the...
The refugees can't all be...
Oh, if only. These peasants are the best and strongest of them.
The healing app.
If you say so. When it opened its door, thanks to them. But as the war 6 months ago, the refugees just...
I need a black...
With none more. I suppose I should walk before the war, but he's the...
Let's talk about work. We'll talk again later.